Hey, Shalom. First off, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kwakadash, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Jehovah, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who are taught me this truth. I want to give it peace and blessings to the Akim across the four corners of the earth who teach this truth. And we're still like to do so. It's going to be a quick video. Lord, when the video is edifying, Lord, when the Akim get something from this video. It's going to be just a real quick correction plus add to video I had mentioned Absalom on the highways and byways a couple weeks ago, and only mentioned a very brief reason why he ended up dying, but it was way more to the story, and way more. Yeah, it was way more to the story, and it was way more. It was more reasons why he ended up, getting put to death. A lot more. I didn't really even, I brought out, just a bit of it. You know what I mean? It was way more that I should have said that I didn't say. But now reading over it. Kind of getting to the points, you get why Absalom was eventually put to death by Joab. Okay, and this is gonna be a quick video. It's not gonna be too long, but I'm gonna kind of get what I got highlighted and kind of go from there. And I want to say Salakia. I should have brought more out about the topic, but Lord willing, I'm able to bring it out now. Just to add more to what I was saying on the highways and byways. This is 2 Samuel 15:4. It says, Absalom said, moreover, oh, that I were made judge in the land, that every man which hath any suit or cause might come unto me, and I would do him justice. And it was so that when any man came nigh to him to do him obeisance, he put forth his hand and took him and kissed him. Now I'm going to go to 2 Samuel 15 in the blue letter and get that word obeisance, which means to bow. 2 15:5, but let me just prove it. Yeah, to bow down, yeah. So basically what Absalom was doing was basically trying to make himself, king, so to speak, or trying to get the people of Israel to love him so he could ultimately go against his father, King David. Okay, it says he was basically rebelling against his father, but he was getting all the people that, in Jerusalem to love him. Okay, it says, and it was so that when any man came nigh to him to do him obeisance, he put forth his, I hope I'm saying that right, but it says he put forth his hand and took him and kissed him. And on this manner did Absalom to all Israel that came to the king for judgment. And Absalom stole the hearts of the men of Israel. And ultimately, he did this to turn against his father. Okay. And I encourage brothers to read 2 Samuel 15-18. For time purposes, I'm not going to go through everything, but let me see if I got something down here that I can bring out real quick. You're right here, 2 Samuel 15:13. It says, and there came a messenger to David saying, the hearts of the men of Israel are after Absalom. And David said unto all his servants that were with him at Jerusalem, arise and let us flee, for we shall not escape from Absalom. Make speed to depart, lest he overtake us suddenly and bring evil upon us and smite the city with the edge of the sword. Okay, it says, and the king's servants said unto the king, behold, thy servants are ready to do whatsoever my lord the king shall appoint. Okay. Because Absalom, he was being a demon. At this time he was, he was going off, and King David still loved him. Okay. It says, 2 Samuel 15:31, it says, and one told David, saying, I hope I say this name right, it's Ahithophel is among the conspirators with Absalom. And David said, O Lord Yahweh, I pray thee, turn the counsel of Ahithophel into foolishness. And when you read into the story, Ahithophel, if I'm not mistaken, ended up hanging himself after his plan didn't go as planned after the well incident. And when you brothers read what happened at the well incident, you'll understand what I'm saying. Okay. This is 2 Samuel 16 and 8. Let me see if the Lord return. This is good too, but I'm gonna probably do it for another video for another time. But basically, this Benjamite was running his mouth, towards King David, and King David at that time had mercy on him. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna use that for another video. I'm gonna use that for another video because he was wise enough to see that, the Lord speaks through men, And like I said, I'm just skimming through this, just a correction. It wasn't really, super planned, but I literally just got done reading it and I got some things highlighted. So it's like, if it's kind of choppy, but I just want to correct myself. Let me go to counsel given. I'll read this 2 Samuel 17:7. It says, and Hushai said unto Absalom, the counsel that Ahithophel hath given is not good at this time. For said Hushai, thou knowest thy father and his men, that they be mighty men, and they be chaffed in their minds, as a bear robbed of her whelps in the field. And thy father is a man of war, and will not lodge with the people. Behold, he is hid now in some pit, or in some other place. And it will come to pass, when some of them be overthrown at the first, that whosoever heareth it will say, there is a slaughter among the people that follow Absalom. And he said also, that is valiant, whose heart is as the heart of a lion, shall utterly melt. For all Israel knoweth that thy father is a mighty man, and they which be with him are valiant men. And when you read it in the blue letter, it basically tells you and shows you how King David was experienced in war, and his men were warriors, man. Okay, he had experience, so they was just, Hushai was basically giving word to Absalom that Ahithophel, had given, the counsel he has given is not good. Okay. Because, Ahithophel was basically going against David as well. Okay. I want to read this. Is 2 Samuel 18. Now, this is matter of fact, hold on. It's one point I want to bring out really quick. It's in 16. Something that Absalom did right here. So this is 2 Samuel 16. And 20, it says, then said Absalom to Ahithophel, give counsel among you what we shall do. And Ahithophel said unto Absalom, go in unto thy father's concubines, which he hath left to keep the house, and all Israel shall hear that thou art abhorred of thy father. Then shall the hands of all that are with thee be strong. So they spread Absalom. So Ahithophel was basically giving word to Absalom, like, take your father's concubines, you know what I mean? And all the men of Israel that are with you know that you're going against your father. So they're trying to basically saying, like, this is how you get more power. But remember what King David prayed for, that his plan doesn't go accordingly. And it didn't go accordingly, because what ended up happening was Ahithophel ended up killing himself. Okay. It says, so they spread Absalom a tent upon the top of the house, and Absalom went into his father's concubines in the sight of all Israel. And the counsel of Ahithophel, which he counseled in those days, was as if a man had inquired at the oracle of the Most High. So was all the counsel of Ahithophel, both with David and with Absalom. So basically, Ahithophel had Absalom commit adultery. He slept with his father's concubines, man. Okay, for power purposes. Okay, which is wicked. Okay, so Absalom was doing a bunch of shit. He was doing a bunch of shit, man. Okay, not only rebelling against his father, you know what I mean, but just also committing adultery, you know what I mean, starting a war, getting men slain, like all kind of shit. He was doing all kind of shit, man. Okay, so this is 2 Samuel 18:5. It says, and the king commanded Joab and Abishai and Attai, saying, deal gently for my sake with the young men, even with Absalom. Matter of fact, I want to start up because they had King David set out. This is 2 Samuel 18:3. It says, but the people answered, thou shalt not go forth, for if we flee away, they will not care for us. Neither if half of us die, will they care for us. But now thou art worth 10,000 of us. Therefore, now is it better that thou succor us out of the city. It says, and the king said unto them, what seemeth you best will I do. And the king stood by the gate side, and all the people came out by hundreds and thousands. And the king commanded Joab and Abishai and Attai, saying, deal gently for my sake with the young man, even with Absalom. And all the people heard when the king gave all the captains charge concerning Absalom. So although Absalom was going against King David, which is his father, King David loved him and said, deal gently with him. He was still wanted to have mercy on Absalom. Okay, but I'm going to show you what Joab ended up doing. So this 2 Samuel 18:9, it says, and Absalom met with the servants of David, and Absalom rode upon a mule, and the mule went under the thick boughs of a great oak, and his head caught hold of the oak. Because if you know about Absalom, then he had he would cut his hair, I think, at the end of every year, and he'll grow it out. But his hair, I think earlier I was on Google and I was, scripture say something about his hair weighing, right here. No, not right there. It's like his head weighing, matter of fact, let me see if I can pull it up. I think it was like 200 shekels or something like that, or give me 1 second. I know I looked it up, but it was equivalent to about 5 pounds. Absalom. Here it is right here. Matter of fact, give me 1 second, brothers. Absalom. Right here. So if you go to the Google, it says Absalom. Just type in Absalom hair weight in the search engine, and it says 200 shekels. And it says about 5 pounds. So that's a lot of hair. Okay. So he had a lot of hair, man. Okay. It says, and Absalom met with the servants of David, and Absalom rode upon a mule, and the mule went under the thick boughs of a great oak, and his head caught hold of the oak, which his hair got caught, tangled in the oak tree. It says, and he was taken up between heaven and the earth, and the mule that was under him went away. So the mule that was under him kept running. Okay, when he was taken up by his hair. Okay, which having long hair is vanity. Okay, Is having long hair is vanity, man. Okay, and it's off. Okay, when your hair you get too long, you got to cut it down. Okay, it says, and a certain man saw it and told Joab and said, behold, I saw Absalom hang in an oak. And Joab said unto the man that told him, and behold, thou sawest him, and why didst thou not smite him there to the ground? And I would have given thee 10 shekels of silver and a girdle. 12, it says, and the man said unto Joab, though I should receive 1,000 shekels of silver in mine hand, yet would I not put forth mine hand against the king's son. For in our hearing the king charged thee in Abishai in Attai, saying, beware that none touch the young man Absalom. So he was saying, listen, man, we heard what the king said, don't touch him, have mercy on him, He says, otherwise I should have wrought falsehood against my own life, for there is no matter hid from the king, and thou thyself wouldest have set thyself against me. So he was like, hey, man, there is no matter that's going to be hid from the king. If I was to commit this, you even yourself would have set yourself against me, man. That's what he was saying, But he went back and told Joab, you know what I mean? Which was the right thing to do. It's 14. It says, Then said Joab, I may not tarry thus with thee. And he took 3 darts in his hand and thrust them through the heart of Absalom while he was yet alive in the midst of the oak tree. And 10 young men that bare Joab's armor compassed about and smote Absalom and slew him. So Absalom ended up getting put to death. And Joab blew the trumpet, and the people returned from pursuing after Israel, for Joab held back the people. Okay, and they took Absalom and cast him into a great pit in the wood, and laid a very great heap of stones upon him, and all Israel fled every one to his tent. Now Absalom in his lifetime had taken and reared up for himself a pillar, which is in the king's dale, for he said, I have no son to keep my name in remembrance. And he called the pillar after his own name, and it is called unto this day Absalom's place. So Absalom was eventually put to death for all the wickedness that he was committing, rebelling against his father, King David, just causing a fucking ruckus, man, and he was ultimately put to death by his own vanity, man. And if you look at the video that Apostle Gabar did earlier today, I watched it, he was kind of getting into this, which was beautiful, man. So I thought that, I should I had mentioned it a couple weeks ago, and it was way more to the story than I brought out, that I should have brought out, and I want to say Salakia for that. But with that, man, Lord, when the video is edifying, Lord, I got something from this video. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakakadash. I want to tell you brothers, keep pushing on to the next. Shalom.